Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial of sorts. I skipped the foundation and stuff like that. I did my eyes and the rest of my face on camera, and this is kind of what I came up with. I used this again, and I have a feeling that I'm going to really have to try and not use this now in every video for every look, because it's definitely become my holy grail palette, and everybody I know personally that has bought it, they're saying the same, it's their holy grail palette. So this is more of a grungy smoky eye, I think. I don't know, I'm really bad at kind of describing these things. So yeah, it's more of a neutral look. I stayed away from the pinks or reds or whatever in the palette and went for more of the kind of neutral browns, and I really like how it turned out. I think that this may be my new kind of go-to going out look because it's really easy and quick to do. If you want to see how I did it, then just keep watching. If you like it, don't forget to thumbs this video up and subscribe. Check on the little bell. You know the gist by now. Go on to the video. Bye. Hey guys, so starting just as usual with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, and I'm just going to prime my eyes. Then I'm going to pick up the Modern Renaissance palette and just set that using the shade Tempera, and I'm just using a big fluffy brush to kind of put this basically from my crease upwards. I'm going into Golden Ochre and just placing this in my crease, just as a transition shade to help all the other shades blend together nicely. As usual, you know the drill. Here I'm just picking up the shade Burnt Orange and placing this in my crease again. I'm putting this more on my outer V and in the crease just slightly below where I put the other shade, and just to kind of intensify it a little bit. I want it to look quite nice and warm and, you know, quite grungy, so I'm just kind of roughly placing this and blending it out. Then going in with Warm Taupe, taking a slightly smaller brush from Morphe. I'll have all the brushes even listed below for you. I'm just placing this slightly further down into my crease and making sure it's blended out really well. Then I'm going to pick up Cypress Umber. This is going to be my all over lid shade, just so that we can make it really smoky and grungy looking. In hindsight, this brush was maybe a bit small. It's actually a lip brush, but I thought it would pack on the colour quite well. It was just a little bit difficult to work with. And here I'm just basically taking a little bit more of Warm Taupe and blending out the edges. I opted for this littler brush just so that I wouldn't disturb the lid colour so much, and it actually worked out so much better. And here I'm just taking that Burnt Orange shade again and bringing the warmth back into the look just a little bit. Here I'm doing the same and just adding that Warm Taupe shade back in, just so that we didn't lose the colour. And this is my Bourjois Matte Illusion bronzer, and I'm just going to bronze up my face a little bit. I do have fake tan on here, so I didn't need too much bronzing, but I wanted to lay down a base for my contour anyway. For contour today, as I say, because I'm a little bit fake tanned, I decided to opt for my Sleek Face Contour Kit. This is in the shade Light. It's actually still quite dark though, and it's a little bit more kind of warm toned than my Makeup Geek Cool Porcelain bronzer. Contour even. So I just thought that it would go a little bit better with this look today, and I actually really enjoyed how it turned out. So I think this will be my contour shade for when I'm a little bit more tanned, which will hopefully be for the rest of the year. And here I'm just taking that bronzer brush again. It doesn't really have anything left on it. I just want to make sure that it's all blended out nicely. My contour can look quite harsh on camera, but by the time I'm finished it looks pretty normal anyway, and in real life it definitely doesn't look that harsh either. Here I'm taking just a little fluffy Morphe brush. This is actually an eyeshadow brush, but I just wanted something a little bit more precise for my nose. I'm still working on my nose contour. I don't know exactly how I like it yet, but it's getting there. Here I have Frat Boy from the Balm, and I love this blush shade. I really need to get a full size of it, but I do have the little itty bitty one just now, and I really like it. So it's just a bit of a nightmare getting anything out of the pan. But I'm just adding that to add a little bit of colour to my cheeks, and then I'm going to do my lower lash line. All I did for my lower lash line was I took a pencil brush, a slightly larger pencil brush, and put the lightest colour, took a slightly smaller brush, put the middle colour, and took a tiny little brush and put the darkest colour closest to my lash line. All I do is kind of replicate what I did on top on the bottom. And here I'm taking Nylon from MAC and just using this really soft fluffy brush to put that in my inner corners. colours, and I'm mixing Vermeer and Tempera together from the Anastasia palette for my brow bone highlight, just because I wanted a little bit of sparkle but I didn't want it quite as intense as Nylon. And here I'm just adding the Benefit Lash Primer to my lashes. I've done my bottom lashes already, and this is the Benefit They're Real Mascara. If you've watched my channel before, you'll know it's my favourite. This is the sleek highlighter palette that everybody talks about and everybody loves, and I have to say I do love it. You've probably seen it in my channel before if you've watched. And I'm just going to put this on my cheekbones. I tend to curl it round above my eyebrows as well, and I run it down the very centre of my nose, but I try and avoid the button of my nose. The liner I used to line my lips was East End Snob number 063 from Rimmel. I love these lip liners. And I used Alyssa from Colourpop. It's the collab with Kathleen Lights. And then I just spritzed my face with a little bit Fix Plus, as you know, to get rid of the powderiness. And then I set my brows with the Model Core More brows. And after that, this look is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye.